Winter 2000, we're having a drink with Michael Friedman in New York City, 11 p.m. That was the very first time we actually spoke about bringing back models from the past.
We were looking at vintage Audemars Piguet watches together when Francois saw a very early, mid-century rose gold chronograph and said, that is an interesting watch. One day I would love to recreate something like that in a contemporary way. When Audemars Piguet began preparations for the Musée Atelier, we knew we wanted to celebrate with a timepiece. Many watches in the Heritage Collection could have been the basis for the first Remaster 01 project. However, this particular chronograph in 1943 was a unanimous choice. The design and form of the watch is very esoteric and unusual. It combines case materials. The dial has so much character and so much life. You can see the humanity throughout the watch. You can see the hands that crafted the dial, the case, the movement.
When the watch came up in 1943, it was a unique watch.
Absolutely.
Because Audemars Piguet never made a series actually before 1951.
Correct.
Every single watch was unique. The goal was to readapt, if you want, completely the vibe from the 1943 and bring it to 2020.
As we develop new technologies and new tools, we're able to recreate those works of the past through a more contemporary lens. The movies we grew up with in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the albums that we listened to, all of this content has been remastered. And that's how we looked at the Remaster project. First and foremost is the size. You see it right away. The original is 36 millimeters, the Remaster is 40 millimeters. The original has a manual wound movement. Remaster 01 has a self-winding flyback chronograph movement, brand new generation. This is really how the watchmakers of today were able to put their thumbprint on this project. The new movement, as well as the hand finishing of the case, the recreation of those vintage aesthetics on the dial, and producing a contemporary dial that at a quick glance feels like it could have come from the past. The hand finishing, the craftsmanship and the artisanship that goes into our cases, dials, and movements. The 12 o'clock is very Art Deco. The other thing you're going to notice on the dial is the signature, Audemars Piguet & Co., Genève. We've always retained offices and workshops in Geneva. The 45-minute indication on the 30-minute register. The third-generation family member, Jacques-Louis Audemars, was a huge fan of football, and he wanted to time halftime at 45 minutes. This is what we mean by being in the hands of the founding families, with each generation very, very close to the day-and-day life of those working at Audemars Piguet.